Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to show you guys how I cut short short pants. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to be notified each time I upload a new video. These measurements, I'm going to put the measurements in the description box below. So for the length of the neck of the short is 13 inches, but since the short is going to have a band, I'm going to minus 2 inches for the band from it. So I'm going to mark 11 inches, then 2 inches allowance for the folding part of the short. Then for the crotch is 7 inches, so I'm going to mark 7 inches and mark at 7 for the crotch depth. So since we've taken the length and the crotch depth, we are going to mark the width measurements, and I'm starting with the upper lap measurement. Since the upper lap measurement is greater than the hip, I'm going to start there. So I marked it, which is 11 inches. So the lap is 22 inches, which is divided by 2. The lap is going to be divided by 2, which is 11. 22 divided by 11 by 2 is 11 inches. So I'm going to mark at 11. For the front part of this short, we are not going to add any allowance. All the allowances we are going to add will be at the back. So I'm going to divide the 22 inches into 2, which is 11, and I marked at 11 inches. So since I'm going to work with this the half of the lap measurement, which is 11 inches divided by 2 is 5.5. So I'm going to mark the 5.5 all through the center of my measurement, and I'm going to put a line to indicate the center of the measurement. You know, there's some shirt or trouser that you wear, it seems as the trouser is going to the center part of it. This is the reason why it's always going to the center, because the measurements or the cutting on whatever is not sitting at the center of the fabric or your pattern paper. So everything is going to be at the center. That's why I got the center of my lap. Then every measurement I'm going to do now will be at the center. That's my waist divided by 4 is 9.5. that 9.5 divided by 2, I got I think around 4.75 or so. So that 4.75, I'm going to mark 4.75 at each side of my measurement. That's the center line I made. I'll mark 4.5 on this side and then 4.5 on this side, plus that's including my that allowance for the waistline. Then for the lower lap, I'll also do that same thing. The lower lap divided by 2, the lap measurement is divided by 2. Then whatever I'm going to get, I'm going to put half of the measurement on each side of my markings. Then if I got 4, I'm going to mark, I think I got 3.5, so I'm going to mark 3.5 this side, then 3.5 by the left side. That's 3.5 at the right and 3.5 at the left. That's exactly what I'm going to do to make the marking, or to make my short to sit at the center instead of going to one side. Then for the hip measurement, I added the hip measurement, which is about 9.5. I think the waist is 8.5. the hip is 9.5. So I'm going to mark a straight line. I'm going to mark the hip, then I'm going to connect the waist to the crotch, then the crotch to the wherever the length of the trouser it will get to. So here I discovered I made a mistake. The left part of the marking was wrong. It's smaller than the other one, so I had to remark before I started cutting. So for the backpack part, sorry, I'm going to fold my fabric, if you're using your fabric, into two as well, then making sure I have at least 3 inches allowance space for my allowance for the back back part of the trouser. So I'm going to add 3 inch, mark the crush line, then add 3 inches. So for the lap and the waist, I added 2.5 for it, but you can as well do 3, or you can as well do 4 to be on the safer side, especially if you are working with someone that has a bigger bust. You can add 4 inches allowance, so that by the time you join every joining, you still have enough allowance for any adjustment that needs to be made. And no more adding allowance for that at the back part, since I added allowance to the front. It's going to affect the back as well. And also, while cutting the back, the center back, that's this side, please raise it up by 2 inches and slant it to where I'm cutting now. You slant from the right side 2 inches up to where I'm cutting now, to the left side. I'm going to show you how I slanted down the right side. The way I slanted down the right side, that's how you are going to go up by 2 inches for the back part. Please continue watching to see what I'm talking about. So for the purpose of those that don't know how to sew their trouser, so while sewing the trouser, the first thing you do is to join the two crushes together, the two front crush together. Then you join them together. Then one side of the considering the front facing the front, the back facing the back. Then for the side, you join one side to the right, the side back, the one side to the back, one side to the right of the front, then the other side to the left. If you don't know how to join your trouser, please leave a comment below. I'll do a tutorial on that with my brown paper as well, because doing it on a sewing machine is going to take a whole lot of time, and being a mother, I don't think I can do that. I can do that on the brown paper. I believe you understand what I will do there. I'm going to explain it as much as I can. So this is what I was talking about. To avoid that puff that will look like a man trouser or shorts, you slant the front back 1.5 inches down or 2 inches down, and slant it to the waist, to the end of the waist, making sure you don't cut off the length of the waist. Then the same way you did this one, before cutting out please leave a comment below. If you have any question, leave a comment below, and I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Bye bye.